This is Satie's Gymnopédie. Satie is very interesting. He is one of the most important composers of minimalism. This style of minimalism actually emerged following the impressionism of composers such as Debussy and Ravel. They probably felt that it wasn't hazy enough, so they came up with something even hazier. Yes, I really like Satie's music because his music is in many movies. It has a bit of a feeling of being background music, but it's not entirely background music because it has a lot of ups and downs. But it is indeed quite slow. The first time I played a Satie piece was for a movie, a co-production between a foreign country and China called The Painted Veil. Yes, that movie was filmed in Yangshuo. It's a very, very beautiful scenery. It's called The Painted Veil. At that time, it even won the Golden Globe Award for Best Original Score. When I was recording it, I thought, this piece is so simple. Why are we recording this? It's too easy, just like that. But the more I played it, the more I felt this piece was not easy to play. Satie is just like that. It makes you feel, hey, so simple, very easy. But then, hey, you just can't quite get me. It's kind of like that. Minimalism is that kind of, it's just two chords switching back and forth. Just these two chords. You can't play it fast because this is the slow version. It's like you're about to fall asleep, but not quite asleep yet. It has to be steady. See, you feel like you're about to fall asleep and then it wakes you up again. So you're about to fall asleep again, right? About to fall asleep again. And then it comes again. You're about to fall asleep, right? And then so I am truly very grateful to Maestro Chen Qigang. That year I had the opportunity to record the soundtrack for director Zhang Yimou's film Coming Home. The story is about a character played by Gong Li who is suffering from senile dementia or amnesia and is waiting for her husband to return home. It's very, very moving. It was really interesting at the time because when I was a kid I didn't really like playing this type of piece, you know, how should I put it? I just felt that this kind of music didn't have much challenge, and I thought, wow, it's so simple, it just kind of put me to sleep. That kind of feeling that makes me fall asleep. But after that collaboration with Master Chen Qigang on Coming Home, I suddenly had an epiphany about this kind of music. This kind of minimalist music. I think there's actually a lot of depth in it, but it really requires you to use your imagination to fill in certain emotions, because a lot of it is left as blank space, lots of white space, a bit like our landscape paintings. There aren't notes everywhere. You find content within the lingering resonance. But when playing this kind of music, your mindset must be completely calm. However, your imagination cannot stop. When pondering those paused notes, how you think about them helps to fill that gap. For example, like this. You're about to stray from the target, but then you come back again. So minimalist music is actually not easy to play. It's actually very difficult to play. Of course, once you have a breakthrough, it becomes very easy to play because there isn't much technical content. But it's a test of your mindset. It tests how you handle the empty spaces. There's another interesting thing, which is sometimes when you're playing this piece, you feel like you're playing an accompaniment. It's this kind of thing, for example. You're playing an accompaniment for yourself. It's like you're singing, and then you're also playing your own accompaniment. It feels like you're exploring, am I creating this piece? It's a bit like an impromptu, but it's a slow dance. This dance is also quite, yes, we don't need to explain this too clearly. Yes, it's a hazy dance. This dance is very, very, very slow. Actually, Debussy also used this. In his suite, he also wrote a very slow dance in one of his preludes. It's a very, very, very slow piece. So Satie wasn't the creator. It's also in 3/4 time. It's also very, very slow. It's a dance with the same principle. So you're trying to find this feeling in the haziness, to find this particularly real emotion. Because if you play this piece like it's just background music, it won't have any real emotion. When you start, you still need to have a little bit of... I'm not saying it should be heavy, but you have to dig into it a bit. You can't just play it in a very nonchalant way. If you were to play it like that, this piece would have no meaning at all. This is completely background music. So that doesn't work either. So this piece, if you play it a bit faster, the hazy feeling is gone. And it's a very slow dance. It's a very hazy, slow dance. But it's also in 3/4 time, very slow. It's not andante, it's a lento dance. It's the kind that makes you grow backwards, you know? It's not meant to push you forward. It's backwards. It might be a dance where you're walking backwards, you know, but it's still moving. When you play this piece, you'll feel like time is flowing backwards. Countercurrent. It's a wind like this. Yes, so I am very grateful to Professor Chen Qigang because many of his works were influenced by Messiaen and Satie. Many of his pieces are like that. He said, this piece is not from real life. It's a work from an imaginary space, but I want emotion. I'm not a cold-blooded animal. I am warm-blooded. So you go and think about how to play it. Right, and what's really funny is, what was I going to say? That day was especially difficult for me. Do you know why? That day was the first day of the Lunar New Year at the Spring Festival Gala in 2014. I played Flight of the Bumblebee and Wild Goose with those two cellists. That was also with director Feng Xiaogang. It was the first time a film director directed the Spring Festival Gala. So at that time, he wanted us to push the piano to the point where it was almost about to catch on fire. And what's even more fun is that 2 days before that, I was at the Grammys playing with a heavy metal band. That very crazy heavy metal song. You know, that day I was always in this very high energy state. You have the Grammys, then the Spring Festival Gala. The speed was just more intense, louder and faster. Then suddenly this came along. I'm serious, for the first time, I recorded for 4 hours, and it was a complete waste of time. I just couldn't find the feeling at all. It was 6 o'clock in the evening, and I was hungry. Sleepy and hungry. Hey, and I could play it. So if you can't find the feeling to play Satie, play it when you're both hungry and sleepy.